Berlin, 1939. Behind a velvet curtain on a quiet street in Charlottenburg, champagne is poured. Laughter echoes off gilded mirrors. Nobody in that room knows. They're being recorded. Not by spies in trench coats, not by men with cameras hidden in newspapers, by the walls themselves. This was no ordinary brothel. It was a trap, built by the most feared intelligence officers of the Third Reich. And the women inside? They weren't just entertaining Berlin's elite, they were interrogating them. Tonight, we open the file the Gestapo never wanted opened. Her name was Katharina Schmidt. Berlin knew her simply as Kitty. By the early 1930s, she ran the most exclusive brothel in the city, a place where ambassadors rubbed shoulders with industrialists. And discretion was the only currency that mattered. Kitty wasn't a Nazi sympathizer, quite the opposite. As the regime tightened its grip, she began smuggling money out of the country, sewn into the linings of her girls' coats, hidden in their luggage, and funneled into British bank accounts. She was preparing an exit, and in June of 1939, she tried to take it. She made it almost to the Dutch border. Almost. SD agents pulled her off the train and dragged her to Gestapo headquarters on Prince Albrechtstrasse. 2 weeks in a windowless cell. No charges, no explanation. Just silence and waiting. The man who finally walked in wasn't there to interrogate her about politics. He had something else in mind. His name was Walter Schellenberg, a rising star in Nazi counterintelligence, and he worked directly for one of the most dangerous men in Germany, Reinhard Heydrich, the architect of terror, a man who collected secrets the way other men collected stamps and used them as weapons. Heydrich had a theory. Get powerful men drunk, get them undressed, and they'll tell you anything. Diplomats, generals, even his own colleagues. All he needed was the right room. Kitty's brothel was perfect, famous, trusted, already frequented by the exact people he wanted to listen to. So, he gave Kitty a choice. Hand over her business and cooperate, or vanish into a concentration camp. It wasn't really a choice at all. The SD shut the brothel down, officially for renovations. In reality, technicians spent weeks threading microphones into every wall, every lamp, every headboard. 5 floors down, a hidden monitoring room came alive. Every conversation, every confession, captured on tape. But Schellenberg needed more than microphones. He needed the right women. Berlin's vice squad rounded up dozens of prostitutes across the city. Only the sharpest were chosen. Fluent in languages, quick-witted, and able to recognize a general's insignia at a glance. 7 weeks of intense training followed. Codes, insignias, how to steer a conversation without anyone noticing they'd been steered. And there was a password. Whisper, "I come from Rothenburg," and Kitty would produce a hidden book. 20 special girls, reserved only for the most important guests. The guest list read like a who's who of wartime power. Italian Foreign Minister Galeazzo Ciano, SS General Sepp Dietrich, even Propaganda Minister Joseph Goebbels. Ciano, loosened by wine, allegedly mocked Hitler outright, calling him a clown, right into a hidden microphone. Other nights brought stranger results. One general demanded all 20 women for himself, and gave up nothing useful at all. And when Heydrich came to inspect his own creation, the microphones were always switched off. Convenient, isn't it? What nobody in the SD realized. A British operative had slipped into the circle of regulars. He found the wires and added his own. For a while, 2 rival intelligence services were secretly listening to the exact same secrets, and neither one knew about the other. By 1942, the war had turned. An air raid tore through the building, and Salon Kitty had to relocate. The operation limped on, but its golden years were over. Over its lifetime, the operation generated tens of thousands of recordings. Almost all of them were destroyed or lost before the war even ended. And Kitty? She kept running her business for years afterward. She died in 1954, and never once revealed the names of the 20 women who'd shared her secret. Today, you could walk past Giesebrechtstrasse 11 and feel nothing. No plaque, no memory, just another quiet street in a city that's tried hard to forget what happened there. But somewhere, in a basement that no longer exists, men once believed they could control human nature itself, turn desire into a weapon, and a bedroom into a battlefield. If the most intimate moments of your life were being recorded right now by people you trusted completely, would you ever know? Comment below. Would you have spotted the trap